Hello, everyone. I'm Rups with the Smiths in the Black Channel here at Ticker Talker, and we've got a market that's doing nothing. But there's important things that happened this morning that you want to pay attention to. So let's go start with the broader averages. Here's the SPY, ticks the highs, comes right back in, now goes inside on the 60. Right. So here's the thing: is like software is going to present data to you the way it wants, right? So what you want to be able to do is, with your mind, see things that aren't being presented to you. And what I mean by that is that yes, this here on the 60 is inside of this. Couldn't take out the highs or the lows. So next hour, I want to know either side of this, what gets taken out. But if you went to, say, a 120 chart, how are you going to take out that, and how are you going to take out that? This bar here, and whatever this does, if it doesn't get out of there, is going to be inside of those two, right? So you always want to know that, because oftentimes people get caught up in what we call the vortex. And I'll write this down. RPH is the vortex, and what that means is they look at only a subset of charts, say the daily and the intraday, but they don't look at anything else. Because if you look at the monthly, you're going to see this doji doing nothing. If you look at the weekly, it's Thursday, it's a doji doing nothing. So when we come up in here, and I'll get to the internals in a second, one of the things that you want to have, especially if you're trading the futures and you're trying to figure out, oh, it's a breakout and it's going up, is you want to know that the S&P 500 has somewhat like 500 stocks in it, right? And they had different sectors. So you want to know what those things are doing, and we're going to get to that in a second, but let's get around on the broader averages. QQQ. Inside day to the upside. That's good, right? Getting closer to taking that month. So you'd get a little more gusto here over 340, right? That's something we'd want to know about. Now you're also inside on the 60. So it breaks that 340, comes in, goes inside. How are we going to get out of here? So you want to focus on that 340, right? Because that's a 2-2 to the upside for the month in QQQ. If you go to the Dow Jones Diamonds, here, a little worse. Once again, inside 60. So a lot of these things going inside 60, right? And so we can expect some chop in here, right? How are you, if this was a 120 bar, this to this, how are you going to get out of this? That's what we want to know about. So first of all, the inside 60, but how are you going to get out, how are you going to break that or that? That's what we really want to know about. And you're nowhere near doing that. And so what that tells me is that there could be a lot of chop shop going on for today and tomorrow, right? But when these break here, say you break the 60 up, we can look at the Dow Jones. It's not doing this, right? Or if you break to the downside, the Dow Jones stocks that aren't doing this, taking that out. If we go to small cappers, you're going to see this. A little worse. Taking that day down, 2-2 down. Chop shop month, chop shop week. And we can expect that when you see these dojis on the month and the week, that's what you can see. So one of the things I said this morning is when you look at a SPY, okay, and it does this, it starts running in the morning. And you want to have a quote field that shows you the major sectors, what they're doing from the opening, not the close, right? Because if you have a gap up, but you start coming in, something could be up $2, but gapped up 4, it'll show on your quote field is up $2. No, to us that's down $2, and that's something you'd want to know about, because if you were trying to trade the SPY long in here, you are not watching the internals at all. Because at this point, let's even go a little shorter. The opening 30 here, you weren't watching the internals at all, because you would have seen this. This is ITB, right? FAS. Boom. Transports. Boom. If you thought the market was going to continue higher, you were not looking at the internals at all, right? And on the headset here, I mean, I gave the big warning. I'm like, if you think of this market's going in higher, you're out of your mind, right? You're not watching the internals. You have no idea what you're talking about. So that's what I said. So what we had was right now, like I said, how are we going to get out of this? All right, on the 60. So we can watch these initial 60s break, but how are you going to get out of there? What we have seen is we talked about this week, discernible strength in IBB. right? IBB, inside month, pokes down, rev strat month. 1, 2, 2. Is that something I want to know about? Yes. All right, so you're trying to get out of here, right, on the weekly, and you got another new high, recent high for the day. That's good. And that tells us to look at stuff like ALNY here, another day up, because the same pattern. Inside month, down, boom, take all these guys out in one shot. Nice week you got there. This is coming to a Thursday. You want to be trading things that have nice long green bars, right? You got that. So we'll see if ALNY's got any more in the tank. If we go to ILMN, in ILMN, inside day to the upside. Reconfirms the what? The inside month, poke down, rev strat, boom. If we've been talking about this, we have. What's this? It's called a Momo hammer. Why? Anybody got short in here and had it pop up on them? Boom, they met the buyers right here, stop them out, and back to new recent highs. If we go to ARWR, and what you can see here is the inside month to the upside, right? So you got your equilibrium, and then boom, off she goes on the weekly. Take out the previous high, take out the previous low, boom, 2-2 right back up. ARWR with the bios. If we go to Sarepta, and Sarepta having a nice little 2 down, 2 up week coming up on the month. So just having another nice day. It's been having a few nice days lately with that group. We go to BIO. And BIO, there you go. Looking for the outside week now, coming up. Potential outside monther, and you can see it here. Often people say, well, Rob, I see the bottom of the broadening formation. Where's the top? I'm like, you're about to take these guys out. So right now we're looking to take this out here. 615.59, trading 605. We'll see how that works out for you. I'm seeing Fate still going here. What's going on here? From yesterday, still inside day, so not too much there. If we go to ORPH, and ORPH has been halting a halt machine, but you can see this. Look at this monthly. You can see the higher high and the lower low. Here's your broadening formation. Here was your outside month, inside month, down 312. And then once this started ripping today, it took out the lows. But once it started turned green on all time frames, then you have full time frame continuity of the upside. That's something you want to know about, right? Because if it's going to go up, that's what it's going to do. Because if you had like, where's my moving average? It's up here somewhere. I don't know. But boom, there you go. Into the highs. Looks like she's halted again. If you go to Adobe, and Adobe having a nice day here as well, and you can see this on the month. Take out the previous high, take out the previous low, boom. These 2 months become an outside bar of that. If you look at the weekly, take out the previous high, take out the previous low, boom. These two become an outside bar of this, right? So Adobe having a nice day, still putting in higher highs. We'll see if we get another setup there for you. Market trying to take the 60s to the upside here. So here's one of the things, when the futures get hit the way they did and then consolidate, now you've got an inside 60 to the upside for the SPY over 423.60. Qs over 339.76 going after that month again, right? Diamonds here over 346.14. So what you're seeing here is called a simultaneous break. All the 60s are breaking to the upside at the same time. That's good to know about, right? It's tough to turn around. Now, because of these big bars here, how far they're going to go is another story, but that's something you'd want to know about. If we go to PRTA, and PRTA, inside week to the upside, gunning into the highs. See if we can get you in there. That would have been nice. Inside 15. Right now, it's just going into the highs. You got Microsoft here. Microsoft inside day to the upside. The 2 up, the 2 down, the boom. These become an outside week of that. Reconfirming this, the inside month to the upside over 253.76 is what you want to know for this week, or this month. If you go to PayPal, and PayPal trying to take out last month's highs here. So that's a 2 down by stopping these guys out, and then for the rest of the month over 265.80. You're there. If we go to CrowdStrike, and CrowdStrike here, the inside month, poke down. RevStrat month, if you get back over this, 225.92. And you can see that same pattern on the daily. Take out the previous high, take out the previous low. These two become an outside bar of that. Boom, and off you go. See if she'll set up again for us on the 30 or something like that. If we go to ALGN, here, take out the previous high month, take out the previous low month. We're looking to see if we can come take this out to get some more gusto on this at 611, because that same pattern on the weekly. Here, 2 up, 2 down, and coming back through. We'll see how that sets up for you. On the downside, ORPH is now open. On the downside, we had some news about Iran and Earl. Oil gets smacked and comes back. This is what we call the mother bar problem. How are you going to take out the highs or lows of this bar? Right? Probably not. So you can get stuck in here. But that did happen. And so a lot of these energy names are probably going to get stuck in here. But we can see if you can find an energy name that takes out that or that of the on the 30-minute basis, that's something you'd want to know about. ALKS. What you doing, boy? Going to the highs. More bio. Amgen. Going to the highs. More biotech. Biotech is your strength. If we go to the memes, oh boy. GameStop. You got any earnings? Of course not. Inside day to the downside. Inside 30 to the downside for a nice, cool, what's that? 269, trading 242. Yeah, that's pretty nice. You like 20, 30 bucks. And then potentially outside week here and coming back in. Once again, just like those 60-minute bars I was showing you in the broader averages, how are you going to get outside of January? And so you can expect this to go back and forth in here, right, as they price discovery. Now, the good thing is you've had a big range, but that also tells us to look at all the meme stocks. BB, not so much. How about Bloodbath? Bloodbath coming back down. And you see this systematically meme stocks getting liquidated as they got issues over there. AMC having some issues here. Once again, how are you going to not be an inside week? And then next month, how are you not going to be an inside month? So we can expect this back and forth and whatnot that's going on over there. CLOV, after yesterday's puking, coming back into the gap, so we can keep an eye on that. Some of the things that we've been keeping an eye out recently is this Whirlpool. Whirlpool's starting to firm up on the 30, but anything doing this on the month, taking out last month's lows, something I want to know about. That's a problem, right? And so Whirlpool below 230.50 having some problems, right? And so you can see that accelerating. It did it yesterday, and then today accelerating to the downside. We can expect that. If you go to healthcare, you're going to see Humana. You'll hear me say triangle the out. What does that mean? We have corrective activity against us. This was a 2 down by taking out the lows, and then yesterday was a 2 up by taking out the highs. Boom, 2-2 reversal to the downside, and that's back into the direction of full time frame continuity with a 2-2 break on the month. 2 up, 2 down. So this is what you wait for. And then today you walk in here, and as soon as it breaks 422.32, you're in. Trading 418.50. You can watch that the rest of the day with Cigna here. Cigna having some problems, right? Wasn't even strong enough to triangle the out. So you still have that monthly over here. We also saw home builders, like I said, getting hit right out the chute. Now trying to firm up a little bit, but we'll see how that goes. And LGIH having problems over there. Looks like I'm running out of time again, but we'll see. Trying to firm up a little bit. Lennar. So home builders having some issues today, but trying to firm up just a tad. Just a couple more. URI. How you doing, buddy? And URI, Rev Strat weak. Inside, 2, boom, 2 to the downside, which triggers the month here. So URI on the downside, I'd keep an eye on that. EXPI, exhaustion risk goes in a slight higher high, and then boom, these two become an outside bar of that. We'll see if that gets any worse. A little conflict with the week and the month, but we'll see how that goes. So stick with your themes. Make sure that you're watching, the sectors, especially if you're trading the futures. But right now, watching these 60 breakers go to the upside. All right, that's going to do it for today. I'm Rob Smith, Smith Black Channel here at Ticker Talk with Strat Time Report.